The following is a biohazard chemical warning for the Brown County area. A recent explosion at the Creoton chemical processing plant has led to the release of an unknown pathogen. This disease spreads quickly. Symptoms include sweating, fever, unusual appetite followed by rapid and erratic behavior. Please avoid all contact with infected individuals. Stay tuned for details.
Welcome back to the broadcast. Reports have been coming in from all over the Brown County area following the explosion of the chemical plant nearby. While some of the major media stations seem to have been given a limit on what information they're allowed to make public, this transmission was just aired from a public access station in Sheboygan. We'll now play for you what we just heard during our station break.
First eyewitness accounts of this grisly development came from people who were understandably frightened and almost incoherent. Officials and newsmen at first discounted those eyewitness descriptions as being beyond belief. However, the reports persisted. Medical examinations of some of the victims bore out the fact that they had been partially devoured. I think we have some late word just arriving, and I'll interrupt to bring this to you. This is the latest disclosure in a report from National Civil Defense Headquarters in Washington. It has been established that persons who have recently died have been returning to life and committing acts of murder. A widespread investigation of reports from funeral homes, morgues, and hospitals has concluded that the unburied dead are coming back to life and seeking human victims. It's hard for us here to believe what we're reporting to you, but it does seem to be a fact.
We now have just received reports of new outbreaks in the surrounding cities localized around hospitals which took in injured factory workers. It would seem that now a majority of the citizens have evacuated these towns either to head to the isolation of the North Woods or the protection of other more populated cities. We will continue to keep you informed as more information is made available. This is Chainsaw Adams, your eye in the sky for Party 934, and we will return to you after this brief message.
Well, hello, Mrs. Tedior.
Hello, John. How are you?
Worried.
Oh, why's that?
I desperately want to protect my family from the marauding hordes of psychos and perverts, but I don't have a lot of money to spend on home defense.
Oh, John, you needn't worry. The Tedior Corporation manufactures high-quality weapons that anyone can afford.
But, Miss Tedior, I lost both of my thumbs and am physically incapable of reloading guns.
No problem, John. Tedior's Insta-Digistruct reloading system gives our weapons faster reloads than any other manufacturer. Thumbs not required.
How about that? If I were able to, I'd give that a thumbs up. I can't hold my own child.
And now for some zombie survival advice from Slasher Plaza's physics director, John Smith.
What matters is we can communicate. We have got big problems now. Your life could depend on this. Don't blink. Don't even blink. Blink and you're dead. They are fast, faster than you could believe. Don't turn your back. Don't look away, and don't blink.
This message has been brought to you by SOS Radio and Party 93.4. Resume broadcast.
Welcome back from our station break. As the events taking place continue to escalate, we have managed to gain contact with one of our reporters currently in the field. Our own Patty Mayweather now comes to us with live and direct coverage on this spreading epidemic.
Thanks, Chainsaw. I'm Patty Mayweather, reporting live at the interchange of Highway 141 and Junction 7. Traffic is at a complete standstill as a majority of the drivers have abandoned their cars, continuing on foot while fleeing the surrounding areas. The military has occupied each overpass within a 10-mile radius in an attempt to keep civilians at a steady pace during this evacuation. Each checkpoint is being used as an independent line of defense as the undead horde continues to give chase. It seems, yes, it Here's the military has opened fire 4 miles back at the intersection of County Road C. The infection seems to be spreading faster than our previous broadcasts indicated. The highway is now a sea of chaos as local residents are desperate to outrun this bizarre horror. It seems we are being asked to relocate to an isolated area in Baystone Park. Back to you in the studio, and we will continue our report within the safety region.
It would seem that our feed has been interrupted abruptly. Us here at Party 93.4, our prayers go out to those who are currently stranded on the highway. We will stay in contact with Mary as we continue our broadcast long into the night. For now, we are attempting to access the military signal feed and get a fix on any plan that might be underway to help the civilians. This is Chainsaw Adams, your eye in the sky. We'll be right back after this.
Imagine a world where you can reverse the effects of age, stress, and sun. From the leading name in biotechnology comes Regenerate. Another breakthrough from the Umbrella Corporation. Regenerate's revolutionary T-cell formula actually brings dead cells back to life. Now, your youthful beauty can last forever. Always consult your doctor before starting treatment. Some side effects may occur. Regenerate is a registered trademark of the Umbrella Corporation. Our business is life itself.
Attention all Slasher Plaza test subjects. Stay tuned for the following announcement from our research and development team leader.
There's 1,000 tests performed every day here in our enrichment spheres. I can't personally oversee every one of them, so these pre-recorded messages will cover any questions you might have and respond to any incidents that may occur in the course of your science adventure. Your test assignment will vary depending on the manner in which you have bent the world to your will. Those of you helping us test the repulsion gel today, just follow the blue line on the floor. Those of you who volunteered to be injected with praying mantis DNA, I've got some good news and some bad news. Bad news is we're postponing those tests indefinitely. Good news is we've got a much better test for you. Fighting an army of mantis men. Pick up a rifle and follow the yellow line. You'll know when the test starts.
This message has been brought to you by the brilliant minds here at Party 93.4 and SOS Radio. Please resume all testing.
This is Chainsaw Adams of SOS Radio, once again reporting to you live above Suamico, Wisconsin. As the infection continues to spread, it is now clear that this problem is getting worse as we report to you deep into the night. Though many have decided to flee the danger areas, it now appears to be a fleeing approach to find some sort of safety. For those of you listening at home, find a way to barricade all your windows and doors using whatever devices you have at your disposal. Do not attempt to leave the area. It is not yet clear what attracts these creatures, so be sure to shut off your lights and remain as quiet as possible. Thanks to reports coming in from the military, we now know that these ghouls can be dispatched resulting from a severe blow or puncture wound to the head. Now, I feel obligated to remind you, while these creatures may inhabit the bodies of loved ones and neighbors, they are no longer there. What remains is simply a shell, and it is important to put personal feelings aside when faced with these dangers. Now, the National Guard has set up safe houses in the more dangerous areas. If you have no option but to leave your home or have nowhere to go for safety, then the following locations are protected and are willing to provide food and shelter for those in need. Please stay tuned for those safe zones in your area.
The following locations have been designated as safe zones for the Brown County area: Franklin Middle School, Wisconsin House of Treasury, Washington Public Library, Edison Middle School. This message will be repeated at the top of the hour. Please stay tuned for further information.
Once again, please keep in mind that these areas are safe zones and are protected by the National Guard. If you have nowhere to go, please visit one and stay put during this emergency. As for now, we have information that the President himself is about to make a statement. Perhaps he can give us words of wisdom in this dark hour.
The state of emergency has been declared in the United States of America, including all overseas dependencies and the Commonwealth of Puerto Rico. For reasons yet to be determined, the bodies of the recently deceased are returning to life and attacking the living. The scope of this epidemic is now reaching global proportions. The President has sent to Congress a package of initiatives which will be explained by the Secretary of Defense, Mr. Martin Emery. Mr. Secretary.
As of 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the President has declared the continental United States under martial law. A nationwide curfew of 7 p.m. tonight has been put into effect, and any citizen caught outdoors between 7 p.m. and 7 a.m. is subject to arrest and detention without counsel. All reserve military personnel and National Guard are ordered to report for immediate deployment. All law enforcement, firefighting, and emergency personnel will be federalized effective immediately.
Oh, hello. I didn't see you come in. My name is Robert J., and I am an active member of Slasher Plaza here on SOS Radio. Like the other members, I have a job to do, and that job is shocking test monkeys, like so. Yes, the life of a professional monkey shocker is glamorous, but what happens when the power goes out? It's sad to think of a world where we can't jump volts of electricity into our closest genetic relative. So it's up to you to keep my department in business. Just give a small donation to Party 93.4 so they will continue to pay our electric bill. And for those of you uninterested in much-needed animal testing, you can catch me on my program, The Fusion Lounge, from 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Friday. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a job to do.
SOS Radio and Party 93.4 do not approve the true act of animal testing, so lighten up.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the program. The boys in engineering have managed to tap into the military audio feed for those stationed within the local area. Let's listen in and maybe we can learn more as these brave men and women deal with the threat firsthand.
This is Bravo Company. Delta Team, do you read me?
Bravo, this is Delta. Let's cut the pleasantries short, shall we? We've successfully silenced 72 of these walking corpses by St. John's Church. Unfortunately, 22 civilians were caught in the fight. We managed to evacuate 16 survivors that had secured themselves inside. 3 require immediate medical attention, though I doubt they'll last long enough for it to do any good. We're about to sweep south down Groves. Bravo, what is your situation? Over.
We're situated on County Road S on the east and west side of Highway 41, trying to keep traffic moving. Bravo Team, we have contact. I repeat, we have contact. The walkers reached the overpass and we are engaging. Hey, all of you, listen! Fall back behind these trucks and keep your heads down.
Bravo Team, say again. You've made contact with the enemy? Do you require assistance?
No, Delta. Keep to your assignment. What's going on? These creatures just won't die. I fired an entire clip into that monster. How is he still standing?
Earlier reports indicate a shot to the head's the only thing that works. Took us a while to find that out, but it seems to be the only thing that works on them. And whatever you do, try to avoid close contact. These Hummers are infectious like you wouldn't believe.
Stevens, get those 3 by the ramp! Hackers, what in God's name are you doing? Those 2 are still alive. Pull it together, man. Alright, team, listen up. Find yourself a flatbed truck and make a perch. You'll get an elevated position with the barrier. Use your heads, that's our main advantage.
Bravo Company, this is Chapter 9. From up here we can confirm that we have a wave of infected beings 3 miles long heading your way on Highway 41. Command recommends you fall back and secure the survivors and form a more effective strategy. Over.
You won't hear any argument from me. Okay, team, get these people up and meet up with Delta and await further orders.
Hey, what happened to the signal? Ladies and gentlemen, something has appeared to have broken our connection with Bravo and Delta Company. While we try and restore contact, we will go into a short break. You are listening to SOS Radio on Party 934. I don't care, get back on!
You could accept the fact that this city is headed for a disaster of biblical proportion.
What do you mean, biblical?
What he means is Old Testament, Mr. Mayor. Real wrath of God type stuff.
Exactly.
Fire and brimstone coming down from the skies. Rivers and seas boiling.
40 years of darkness, earthquakes, volcanoes. The dead rising from the grave.
Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together. Mass hysteria.
This is Chainsaw Adams of SOS Radio. As we continue to bring you coverage, it appears that the local crisis has spread outside of the Wisconsin area, threatening to become a global epidemic overnight. However, at the moment, Louisa Garris is in Pensacola, Wisconsin, where the military has claimed to have cleared the area of the undead threat. Let's hear what she has to say on the latest development.
This is Louisa reporting from the main street in Pensacola, Wisconsin. The outbreak, which has torn through the city like a brush fire, has swiftly extinguished by the arrival of Navy SEALs team based out of Upper Michigan, just across the bay. Believing the situation was neutralized, they declared martial law before leaving swiftly to attend to another compromised zone outside the city. Without the presence of working law force here, in this time of distress, it's like pouring gasoline onto an already burning fire. Only after a single hour passed, citizens have took to the streets confused, scared, and frightened. All around me, shops are being raided, as mass looting and rioting have grown out of control. While some have submitted to the lures of gaining control through chaos, sounder minds have begun seeking shelter in nearby temples and churches, just like the one behind me, St. Michael's Church. They are packed with frightened citizens seeking answers and looking for safety. Oh, and it seems that Father Andrews has stepped out of the chapel for a moment. Why don't we get a word from him? Excuse me, Father Andrews? Do you have a moment? I would like to talk to you, Father. What's wrong? Is everything... Wait. No. Stay back. No.
The following is a biohazard chemical warning for the Brown County area. A recent explosion at the Creoton chemical processing plant has led to the release of an unknown pathogen. This disease spreads quickly. Symptoms include sweating, fever, unusual appetite followed by rapid and erratic behavior. Please avoid all contact with infected individuals. Stay tuned for details.
Mr. Mayor, the mission burns, the zombies are marching, they close on the square, families are cold, look down at their souls, huddled in camps on the old marble steps of City Hall, faith in their God was all that they've got. Across the room, beyond the pain, the whole world is churning, bleeding and burning, hailstones unrush. The moon is as blood over the soldiers who sag in the mud. Save our city, keep our souls, Lord, through the rapture of this world. Little boy, I'm just a our city, keep our souls, Lord, through the rapture of this world. From the ledge to the people